Meet the queens of RuPaul's Drag Race. All stars. You eat those Pringles, Jordy? Thank you. I'm entitled to a Pringle or two every now and then, aren't I? Look. Oh my god, look, it's me! Oh my god, he has a headset on. How funny. Oh my god. Look. I could pass as the Pringle guy. You know? I don't know. Doppelganger moment? Anyone? Anyone? How dare you read public information? How dare you talk about things that I've been talking about on my YouTube channel for over 10 years now? So, I have a green straw today for my slushie, so I'm thinking that the green screen filter will make it look invisible. I want to see. Ah, my god, how cool! Ah, my god. Look, I look like that guy from X-Men. What's that guy that has like the line over his eye? Oh my god, how funny. Should I start using a green straw all the time? This is iconic. Oh my god. Cyclops. Okay. They changed the Pringles formula? Oh god, is it genetically modified? Is it genetically modified like goldfish? I don't see anything that says that though. Oh, wait. Contains a bioengineered food ingredient. Shit. Oh my god, they did. Contains a bioengineered food ingredient. These are as bad as Pringles now. Oh my god, will we get another Jeffrey rant? Damn. Oh, look! I get free mine coins. I don't play Minecraft, but does anyone want these? I have 350 mine coins. I don't know. If anyone wants them, you can have them. Here, scan this QR code. Screenshot the screen right now and use this. Here, let me let it focus. Here, y'all can have this. My gift to my first giveaway. Look, my first giveaway. And people say I'm not charitable. Bullshit. Alright, here, somebody can have it. Alright, hopefully you've gotten it by now. Because I remember it all too well. So there is a new Sirius radio station, Channel 13, and it's just Taylor music. Like, that's all they play. It's just Taylor music. It used to be Kelly Clarkson radio, but they changed it recently to Taylor. So I'm wondering if that's like a cycled channel that they change every so often. Oh, disordered personality. I love that. Oh my god. Yeah, there has to be. An apology for reading public information and a gift to us. I'm really turning a new I'm really turning a new leaf, y'all. I am. Taylor who? Taylor who? Lori. Come on. Be careful, Jordy. The Swift Mafia will come for you. I like Taylor Swift. I've always liked Taylor Swift. I mean, I'm not like a diehard fan. Like, I'm not frothing at the mouth or anything, but I think she's talented. Wait, Jordy apologized? That's what this whole live stream is dedicated to. I'm issuing my formal apology. I am. I'm about to. Holy cow, y'all. Mandy Dolan, thank you so much for resubscribing. Welcome back for another month, Mandy. Mandy. What flavor is the slushie? It's Mountain Dew. Ooh, I feel that torn pantyhose. She put that one NFL player on the map. He seems so unlike any of the other people that she, like, Taylor has always dated, like, very, like, delicate kind of, this probably isn't the right word, but, like, no, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. Like wimps. Like, you know, I mean, like, who else has she dated? She's dated, like Harry Styles. Honestly, I didn't know that she was dating that one Joe guy until they broke up. I was like, who is that? Joe Alwyn? I was like, who the hell is that? John Mayer. Yeah, like, kind of like, almost like emo. Soft boys. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, boys that are very soft. Calvin Harris. Yeah. That one, God, what was that guy's name? I don't know. Honestly, if I were to Google right now, like, all of Taylor Swift's exes, it'd probably give me, like, a list of names, as long as, you know, Justice for Benji. I don't know who Benji is. Any guy who looks like he would work at an office. Jake Gyllenhaal. Jake Gyllenhaal, though, he's crazy. Like, he's crazy. The amount of like, weight and muscle that, like, he can take on and off for roles. Taylor Lautner. Yeah, like Twilight soft boys. Like, I'm actually very surprised that she never dated what's his face, Patterson. You know, like, back when Twilight was in its heyday, it would have been advantageous for her PR to, you know, have a fling with him. Jonisa, thank you so much for the super sticker. All that damn chewing. I'm sorry. No more Pringles. But if you do hear some suction noises off of my slushie, just gonna have to deal with it, Joan. You are. I'm sorry. Beth McBlaze, thank you so much for resubscribing for a third month. Holy moly. Happy to have you back, Beth. Hopping on here from the Twitch fam to send my monthly milestone chat. Much love to all the shorties. A very big heart hand for you, Beth. Thank you so much. Do I say congratulations, or is that stupid? Like, what am I congratulating you on? You know what I mean? Like, you said monthly milestone. I'm thinking, like, oh, you know, you like, I mean, like, congratulations for sending me $5 3 months in a row. I'm not gonna say congratulations. That sounds arrogant. That's stupid. Okay. We're gonna get into it. Enough pregame talk. So, as you all know, or as you should know if you are involved in girl world. Amberlynn put up a video yesterday, a pretty emotional video. She's mad. She's mad. She's sad. She's all sorts of things. I was about to say get used to it. She's mad. She's sad. Get used to it. But this is a very, very controversial video because a lot of the time when Amberlynn is trying to avoid controversy, she kind of slithers around it. She talks her way out of it. She uses very choice words and everything. But for this specific video, she takes a hard stand to what she's saying. Absolutely not. No. 100% you are wrong. So this is the type of response that you don't typically see from Amberlynn. We're definitely going to be talking about it, exploring a couple different theories and everything. But also the subreddit got banned today. I did see that. And, I think that that's awfully peculiar timing. But what I do have to say about the subreddit getting banned, for those of y'all that don't know, there is a subreddit page in which people go on and talk about Amber. It was called Amberverse_. I would say that the subreddits have a life expectancy of maybe like 6 months, give or take. For the longest time, the two subreddits, this was like 2 years ago now. It was Amberlynn YT and Amberlynn Snark. Those both got taken down, and then there were like a whole bunch of other ones that popped up. But this most recent one that got banned earlier today, that one was up for a while. It was. But what I think happened with the subreddit is yesterday, someone on that subreddit, one of the moderators, put a post out, and they said, hey, everything that's going on right now with Amberlynn talking about her mom and like all of the criminal charges and all of the court documents and everything, that could be constituted as doxing or going against Reddit's community guidelines. So anyone in this sub, please do not say anything like that because it could put the sub at risk for termination. And today, the sub got terminated. Now, I didn't see a lot of people in that subreddit talking about, court criminal records or, anything like that. But regardless, it got taken down. And, I just think that I don't think that the timing for that subreddit getting banned is very arbitrary. I mean, it's like she puts up this video, everything that goes on, and then it gets banned. Sounds like somebody made a push at an opportunistic time. That's what it sounds like. But yeah, if you try to go on that that specific subreddit, it says that Amberlynn or this forum was banned because it was trying to evade being banned for a different reason, or like I don't know. So basically, it was like the reason they gave is ban evasion, because they have banned subreddit after subreddit after subreddit about Amberlynn. So anytime a new one pops up, like I said, the life expectancy is about 6 months before they terminate it. Hi, PS. Oh, she did it and will cry about it. Hi, Javon. Girl's channel is sinking faster than the Titanic. You know what was a morbid detail about the Titanic that I read recently? There was an interview that someone did in, I think it was like the 50s, of someone that survived the Titanic. And she said that she remembers hearing the band on the Titanic play until they died. Like, basically until they all sank. Like, the band played until it was the very end. I just kind of found that weird. Yodels, thank you so much for resubscribing. Welcome back for your second month. Willow Wren, really appreciate that super chat. I have mad respect for you. You're amazing and a blessing to the Slushy fam. Don't play with the love. We love, or don't play with it. We love shorties. Thank you so much, Willow. When I see your name, I think of Willow Pill. I hope you know who that is. You probably don't. Can they ban Pookie for shower gel evasion? Stupid. Jordy, everyone knows that already. Susan69, I would imagine that there is one person watching that didn't know that detail. Come on. At least one. It was in the movie? Was it? Oh, maybe it was a commonly known thing. That's where the phrase "and the band played on" came from. So Amberlynn Reid put up a video yesterday about her mom, and we are going to watch it. Yes, we are. Julia Gale, thank you so much for resubscribing for your third month. Hello, hello. I haven't caught a live in a while. Greetings and hope you're well. I am doing well, Julia. Thank you for saying that. I hope you're doing well as well. That's a lot of wells. All right, let's get started. Shuffles hands. Shall we? You know, it would be wild. Wait, no. I'm not going to speak that into existence because she'll do it. Because you know that Amberlynn's watching right now. All right, let's do this. So this video, like, I know that I want to say like the first 3 minutes, it's just her shopping. We'll just get through it real quick. We'll get through it. Jasna, thank you so much for resubscribing for a third month. Welcome back. Green turtleneck for spooky Halloween. Oh, that'd be funny. Like me, just as like a floating head. I like that idea. If you remind me in October, I'll make it happen. Thanks, Jasna.
To new vlog. So we stopped and got some gas, and my mom's like, "Try these." She had them in her back seat, and I said, "Okay." Maple bacon popcorn. You guys, it's weird, but it actually tastes like bacon. But it's also a little sweet. I don't know. But I'm low-key here for it. She was like, for 3.5 cups, it's only 150 calories. I thought that was cute. She's never really like counted calories before, but she's trying, so yeah. Anyways, I recommend. Okay, you guys, so I got a new phone. I'm currently using it, so if the quality is bad, I have to figure it out, because last time this happened, I had to like do a setting type deal. So yeah, we're at this place called, what is it, Flower Child?
Yeah.
My mom wanted to try it. It's like healthy stuff. Cute. We're number 64. I guess they're gonna bring the food to us because we had to like go up there and order it. And I got like a lemonade moment. It's actually so cute in here, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is where we're sitting in a little booth area. Like, look how beautiful. So there's my mom's food. She has shrimp, brown rice, and broccoli. And I got mashed potatoes, salmon, and like this mac and cheese. Are you excited?
Pretty decent portion. I don't know about y'all, but some of the places I've been going to recently, they're pretty dainty on the portions anymore. You know, price went up, portions went down. That place sucks. Flower Child. I don't know. Is this a chain? Do y'all have this where you're from? Is she with the evil old lady? Evil is subjective. But yeah, she is. What happened to being a veggie girl? Oh, I mean, how many veggie arcs has Amberlynn had? Did I miss anything substantial? I talked about a minuscule detail from the Titanic, Taylor Swift, and no, you didn't miss anything substantial to answer your question. Willow Wren, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that, Willow, again.
Excited, Mom?
I am.
Okay, we're about to. I'm gonna do a taste
Tell them I
test.
started my diet yesterday.
Do you want them to know?
No,
My mom started a diet yesterday.
What is that?
She wanted me to tell you about her diet. She's counting calories. All right. Mashed potatoes. That tastes homemade. A little mac and cheese moment. And it's like dry, which you guys know I'm a dry girl. Wow, that's good.
That tastes homemade. Okay.
I didn't know if I was supposed to.
Oh, you're okay.
Okay.
You're good.
So much.
Enjoy, okay?
You too.
Thank you.
This broccoli is gone.
She said you enjoy it. You said you too. All right, salmon.
Look at my shrimp.
Oh, this is good. You like it, Mom? She's in heaven. I'm in heaven. We're good.
I always find myself doing that at the movie theater for some reason. You know, when you're done checking out and buying your ticket and doing your seat selection, because nowadays you have to pick your seat prior to walking into the theater. I don't know why, but they do. And they always say, enjoy the show. And I always say, you too. Girly is on the sad beige diet. I don't know. I mean, her food looked good to me. Look good to me. She's used to KFC mashed potatoes. Oh, okay. So anything that doesn't come in a brown paper bag tastes homemade. Is that how it works? Yodels, thank you so much for the super sticker. Should I yodel a thank you? I don't know. I've already made myself look kind of stupid for the Titanic comment. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hoo-hoo. There you go, yodels. No one clipped that. No one.
So we're currently at Walmart, and Walmart is like stepping up their game. Like, what is happening? Like all these pillows and like the decor. Excuse me. I think I'm gonna get this. And y'all can't come for me for it, okay? Because by the time you see this, it's already bought. And also this. Yep. Okay, you guys, so I saw this store on TikTok. So I was...
Oh my god. Girly pop. Shelf butt. The jokes write themselves. Girly pop. Shelf butt. It is the moment. It is the moment.
like, I kind of want to go, so we're going. You guys, this store is honestly so cute. There's like a little bit of literally everything. Y'all, I think I found my spot. Look at all this colorful paper and pens and markers. That is amazing. I'm about to be looking at all this. Amberlynn was here. There's my signature. They also have a ton of like fun pens. Oh my gosh. I literally just fell in love with all this hand soap and like body spray, you guys, but I need to step away because I want to buy one.
Okay. How long does this go on for? Oh, okay, we're basically done.
And I need to like stop right now. Here's Amberlynn in the wild.
Oh my. This is some found footage moment situation type deal. I'm telling y'all, if she and Chantal were to collab and do the bariatric Blair Witch Project, I would pay good money. I would invest in that for the production budget. Blair Witch Amber. I don't know why I seemingly make so many Blair Witch Project jokes when it comes to these two, but I don't know. They just remind me of the Blair Witch. How many people were in that movie? Is there like, it's like 5 friends that got into the woods, or is there 4 of them? I can't remember. Okay, so her, Chantal, Valentine, and Sala. Oh boy, that's an interesting group of people. Ooh. Paranormal Activity. At least we're doing some activity, you know? It might be paranormal, but at least some activity is occurring. We're not just sitting. Grimace. Grimace as a female. Oh, that's funny. Oh, because she's wearing purple. Oh, that's funny. That's weird you mentioned Grimace. I have this Grimace near me. Look at this little, like, toy Grimace I have. I don't know why it has 4 eyes. I really don't. But I got this, like, 2 years ago from McDonald's. What do you think? Is it a moment? Is it a doppelganger situation type deal? Okay, who looks more like Amberlynn and the 4-eyed Grimace? Or me and the Pringles guy with the headset on? I don't know why he has a headset on, but he has a headset on. So, okay. All right, 1 in the chat for Amberlynn and Grimace, 2 in the chat for me and the Pringles person with a headset on. That's more Chantal's shape. No, I don't think so, because Grimace is like kind of he's kind of like a big oval all the way around. Chantal is very like gut heavy, you know? Like all of it's in the front. That's why her spine is like on that obtuse angle, so she's always leaning back a little bit. Like at least with Amberlynn, like her spine is kind of erect. So I would disagree with you on that. Grimace needs a fupa. This is a geometry lesson. I've told y'all plenty of times that Girl World is educational. You don't believe me. I don't know why, but Meg likes spiders. Thank you so much for becoming a member for a 3rd month. I genuinely don't know how you have the patience to cover her. She enrages me, but I love your commentary on her lies. Well, you know what they say. You know what they say, Meg. Hello. I'm a lie. Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. Appreciate that, Meg. Welcome back. Powerful Quill. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Appreciate that, Powerful Quill. She looks so menacing. He was just standing there, menacingly.
Okay, guys, so I personally hate that I even have to talk about this, but I'm going to, because not only is it important to me, but it's also important to my mom. I don't even really know where to start. So there is a reaction channel that begs for more side characters on my channel. And
Bags. I do. Okay. All right.
they've also begged for my mom to be in my videos. So in my newest video, my mom waves at the camera. You see her hand for a second, and then you see her face for a second. That is literally it. And so this reaction channel took it upon themselves to sit there and read every single charge that my mom has or has not, which
Okay, body language. What was this about? Charge. What air quotes is usually when you say something that it's a little bit fishy, right? Charge. Okay, we're going to remember this for later. Every single charge. And I mean, honestly, I went back and I watched the live stream from yesterday. I put up the VOD from the Twitch thing on my other channel, Oh Lordy More Jordy, if y'all care to take a look at it and everything. I mean, like, yeah, I talked about the charges that the mom had and everything, but, like, as far as, like, going through it and reading out every little thing, I didn't do that. I mean, I said, like, vandalism, assault. But I mean, like, the thing about that is, like, Amberlynn has talked about this on her channel for years. I didn't really say anything that she hasn't already said in any of her own videos. And I know what she's going to say to that. Oh, he's gaslighting. He's gaslighting. I didn't talk about this. I didn't talk about that. Girl, I mean, you've told us time and time again, and very recently, too, about the extent of the way that you were raised and the type of relationship you had with your parents. I mean, shit. She was telling us, like, what was it, like a year ago, that her parents were in the back room at the one house that they had, and they would put lottery tickets up on the walls so, like, the kids couldn't see in, and they would go back there and they would do bad stuff. And, like she's told us very specific details. So, I mean, I think this struck a nerve because of what we're about to see.
To sit there and read every single charge that my mom has or has not, which I'll explain in a second, gotten in her past. So before I clarify or whatever it may be, any of the charges, I just want to say, like, how does anyone expect me to have side characters on my channel if things like this happen? I'm sorry, but listing off my mom's past.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's your discretion of who's a side character and who isn't. If you're having a side character that has a criminal history and has done pretty egregious things in their past, and the skeletons get removed from the closet for all of Girl World to see, maybe that would not be a good candidate for a side character.
Past charges and the things that she's done over a decade ago on your YouTube channel during a live stream while reacting to my videos, my current videos, is tacky. It's super tacky, and it's all for...
Well, you know what was tacky of you, Amberlynn? Not even a year ago, last summer, you calling up Destiny on live stream and saying, I have tea on your brother. Yes, I do. He's a cokehead. So, I mean, you want to talk about, oh, this was decades ago, this was blah, blah, blah. I mean, behavior that you have done in, what was that, August of last year, July of last year, not even a year ago. Tacky. Tacky. Okay. Tacky. That's the word we'll use.
For monetization reasons, and I think it's really pathetic, honestly. So by doing this, like, do you think that's gonna make my mom want to continue being on my channel when people are literally spreading false rumors about her? And not only that, but digging up things that she did 2 decades ago. So this reaction channel listed off quite a few things, and yes, some of them my mom very much did. My mom is not afraid to admit to the things that she did during her addiction, because when she was on drugs, she did a lot of things that she is very ashamed of. But everything...
Now, this is where the conversation gets a little bit sticky. Now, addiction is a very touchy subject for a lot of people. Addiction can tear people's families apart. It can ruin people's livelihoods. So what you are going to see in this episode is a very carefully orchestrated blending of Amberlynn combining frustration with the concept of addiction. And I think that this is functioning as a way for her to distract away from the main point. If I can talk about addiction and I can talk about something as meaningful and as powerful as someone becoming sober, maybe, just maybe, I can distract the audience away from the main point of what my mom did and make Jordy look like an insensitive asshole.
She confronts head on. She takes accountability. Even to this day, she takes accountability for things that she did even when I was just a child. She has a lot of regrets. I can definitely say that, but she is almost a decade sober. I never in a million years thought that would happen, like truly. Like my mom is the epitome of you can change. You can be.
So here we the motivational speaking. I never thought that she would come this far. I never thought that she would be the woman that would turn it around. She's apologizing for things that she did when I was a kid. You know, like listing all the building her up. We are building up this woman's character.
Be a better person, and you can do good things not only for yourself but for the world. So I just want to start off by saying that yes, my mom has been to jail. My mom has been to prison. She has been in and out of jail and prison ever since.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I'm pausing very frequently, but I saw something on Twitter earlier today. Here, look. This is a screenshot of Amberlynn's thumbnail from 2015. She made a video titled, "My Mom is in Prison!" exclamation point. This was one of Amberlynn's videos at one point that she made for monetization reasoning. So yeah, Amberlynn has made videos about the mom. It's been a very forefront topic of the Amberverse about Amberlynn's mom's history. My mom is in prison! Exclamation point. That's a little tacky. I think that that's a little bit tacky. I do. I mean, I don't use that word very haphazardly or very willy-nilly, but I think that the word tacky could be applied to that scenario. I think that you're right, Iker. Willow Wren, thank you again for the super chat. Everyone calls me Willow Pill. Oh my God, who is she? Willow Pill was the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race season 14. Rachel, thank you so much. Her mom sent chips to people and asked for an her mom sent chips to people who asked for an apple. Well, if that is the least egregious of Amberlynn's mom's history, I think that that's okay. Thank you so much, Rachel.
Since I was just a little girl. Same with my dad. That is what I grew up with, what I had to deal with. I'm getting emotional. I don't talk a lot about these things. Fuck.
I don't talk a lot about these things? Wait. She doesn't? She doesn't? You don't talk a lot about these things? You haven't monetized these things for years? No? I mean, I can think of plenty of different incidents when Amberlynn came on here and got very emotional talking about her mom's past and her dad's past and her brother's past. Very recently, like within the last year and a half.
The fact that I feel pressured to have to speak on this is...
Pressured? I mean, girl, you are the focal point of a community that pressures you constantly to change, and you ignore it year after year after year. But you feel pressured? It's giving victim. You know, it's giving victim. I feel pressured. I have to come on. I feel pressured that I have to stand here in my kitchen and make a monetized video clarifying something that I've lied about for years now. The fact that I feel pressured to do this is insane. Apathetic Facts made a 30-minute long video of Amberlynn using her family for views. Yeah, but she feels pressured to come on here and talk about her mom now. Who's pressuring her? Everyone, the community. Everyone on the subreddit that she got banned, everyone on Twitter, me, any other reaction channel that has said anything recently. It's a collective effort. Victim Lynn. She cried on camera and then edited it. That is a weird concept to think about. Like, you're crying in a video and then later you go back in and like you're editing it. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll cry and edit it. So, but yeah, I can't relate. Jordy's Endless Slushy, thank you so much. Bestie, I miss you. Consent to ride it for old times? You may. Oh my gosh. A slurp in your honor, Jordy's Endless Slushy. Hope you've been well.
Ridiculous. And it's so wrong on so many levels. And I know a lot of people are just not going to care. Like, I just feel like this is wrong. But I just feel like I have to speak on this because it's not fair. But yes, that is something I dealt with. I was in foster care for a reason. These are things that I do not really talk about. And it's because...
Oh my god. What does this have to do with any... Like, what does Amberlynn's struggles and reluctant nature of talking about foster care have to do with her mom and a service animal?
Because everything that I say, everything that I do, there's always speculation. There's always people calling me a liar. And I think the subject of foster care...
I can't imagine why. I can't imagine why people would call you a liar. Anything I say, anything I do, people are always going to call me a liar. So, I mean, what is it, Amberlynn? Is it tens of thousands of people who are wrong about you, or are you the one that's right? Everyone who's saying the same thing about me collectively is wrong. I'm the right one. You ever see that meme of like the stick figure like standing and then like in front of him is like 10,000 other stick figures and the one stick figure is saying to the 10,000, you're all wrong. This is what this is right now. I mean, I don't know. Like I don't live in Delulu land, but if tens of thousands of people were telling me the same thing year after year after year, wouldn't it dawn on you eventually to think, maybe they're saying that for a reason, and not because they're fat phobic, and not because they just hate me? Has anyone found their sympathy bone? I'm still looking. Fat Booty CJ, thank you so much for the super chat. Jordy, I've missed your lives. This is the first one I've caught in a while. This is probably a bad financial decision, but I just got my tax returns. Oh, congratulations on getting your tax returns and sharing a little bit with me. Thank you for sharing the wealth, Fat Booty CJ. Appreciate that. No sympathy bone here.
What I experienced in foster care, why I was in foster care. Those are things that it's hard for me to touch on because some of the things that I went through sounds like a lie, sounds exaggerated, sounds insane, but it's very much stuff that I went through. I'm not saying my life was any worse than anyone else's, it doesn't matter. But what I'm trying to say is that yes, my mom has made some lousy choices.
Remember, the original point is Amber's mom's history, specifically what happened with the foster animal. And now we are talking about Amberlynn's experience in foster care. This is kind of what I mean about the very carefully blended orchestration of trying to blend in a point that's a very touchy subject with something very dark to make it not look so dark. Do y'all see the tears? No Tears Left to Cry remix. Right now, I'm in a state of mind.
There is a rumor going around that my mom went to prison for 5 years for killing a service animal. I am telling you right.
Okay. I don't... This rumor has This rumor has different variations of it. When I looked back at my stream the other day, now I know that she's kind of collectively talking about the community and not me specifically at this point, but I did not say Amberlynn's mom was arrested for unaliving a service animal. Never said that. The rumor is that Amberlynn's mom has documented charges of a very specific thing of harming. I mean, I don't have the statute pulled up right now, but it was very specific in that there was some type of harm brought to a service animal.
Right now, that never happened. You have the wrong person. My mom has never been to prison for 5 years, period.
Well, notice how she worded that. Notice how she worded that specifically. There is a rumor going around that my mom went to prison for 5 years for unaliving a service animal. I'm telling you right now, that never happened. Okay, so that very specific scenario that Amberlynn just laid out for us of being put in jail for 5 years for doing that never happened. But what she's not saying is, well, you know, maybe she got sentenced and only served a couple years. Or maybe she got she got sentenced for something and, you know. But what she's denying right here is a very specific scenario. And honestly, like, this isn't the point, in my opinion. The point is the charge itself. That's what the community is interested in having addressed. That's what has been talked about on different forums and reaction channels for years now, is this specific charge. And I don't know if there's anywhere online where you would get specific information about this, but the only person that could talk about, the only people that could talk about this and, you know, what exactly happened are people in Amberlynn's family. So they just don't assign charges to people arbitrarily. If you had a charge to you and then we look up that charge and it says, what was it, harming something, a service animal? I mean, I don't get it. Maybe her mom lied to her. Somebody's lying. Jordy, it was obviously a clerical error. She was sentenced for 5 years, but most likely only served part of it. She's using very careful wording. And she pleaded guilty. If you look at if you look at what people, if you look at it and everything, she pleaded guilty to this. A service dog could definitely be a service dog could definitely be K9 on the scene. So that exact what if has been talked about in the community, and I have seen people say to it that K9 units for police are not classified as service animals. But not to demean your point, but I have seen a lot of different theories out there, like, oh, maybe Amberlynn's mom was being belligerent when she was being arrested and she was being hard to take care of. So, you know, maybe like in the scenario that she was being arrested, she kicked a dog. I don't think that that's the case here. Like, if Amberlynn's mom, like, kicked a K9 unit or something, I do not think that you would get this specific charge. K9 units are considered officers. Yeah. So service animal is something a little bit different, I'm thinking, in this scenario. The service dog was the grandma's. I think Amberlynn. So there are other charges of Amber's mom and Amber's grandma having an altercation. So if the grandma had a service animal And it's also documented that Amberlynn and her grandma had an altercation. That would have meant that the service animal was in the same, time and place when this occurred. Kicking a canine would not get you 5 years. And I understand that people are trying to give Amberlynn's mom the benefit of the doubt here in saying, well, maybe this, maybe she. If it was if it was one of these kind of like willy-nilly things about like, oh, well, maybe this is what happened, or like maybe they just attached this charge onto everything else because she interfered with the dog's like ability to perform its task or something. Like, I don't think, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think that this serious of a charge would have been applied to her and she would have been sentenced for this and pleaded guilty on top of it to something that was just like, she kicked a canine. Did both charges happen in the same day? I don't know. Why don't they just explain what happened? Because she feels pressured to, and she feels that she doesn't need to. And she just told you that it never happened. So instead of clarifying this and talking about it, it's just flat out, never happened. It never happened.
The longest she was ever in prison was for 2 years. And that was for drug-related charges, which most of them were. My mom would never hurt an animal. And my mom, she doesn't care what people think of her, but my mom came to me about this. Not only people are messaging me privately about it, but they're messaging my mom about it. My mom was confused. She had no idea where this came from because she has never done that. It's obviously another person with the same name as my mom because that has never happened. And if she did do something like that, she would be the one to admit it. The things that she admits to, the things that she has done in the past, some of it, it's hard.
See, that's the thing that's a little bit dangerous about this. Amberlynn is very confident in her mom's honesty. If she did that in the past, she's the type of person that would own up to it. She owns her shit. If this happened in the past, she would come clean. She would be honest about it. I mean, Amber, given the mom's history and everything, does it seem like we're working with an honest, straightforward person here? I mean, I know that this is your mom and everything, and you want to think the best of her, but, I mean, old habits die hard. She would be the type of person that would own it. Would she? I mean, I think that there's a whole lot of wiggle room to own up to things like drug charges and everything, but this is a whole other ball field. This is way different than getting arrested for possession of something. This ruins your reputation. This changes the way people see you. So this whole stance right here of her saying, well, she'd be the person that would own up to it. I don't know. I don't know if this is something that someone would want to own up to. Or, it's like maybe she is a very straightforward person, and maybe she does call herself out on a lot of the crap that she's done in the past. But, maybe it's like, this is the one thing. This is her Achilles heel. It's like, well, this is the one thing I don't want to talk about. Orion Mars, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome, welcome. Additionally, the cat's damn meow. Thank you so much for gifting a subscription to Torn Pantyhose. That was nice of you to do. Appreciate that. Maple Street, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. I feel very differently on Amberlynn's video today after my cat's euthanasia. I don't care who, what, or how an animal was hurt, and that animal is the only one who deserves sympathy. Yeah. I think collectively we can all agree that this specific charge is absolutely heinous, and for a lot of people, it's unforgivable. Thank you so much, Maple. Amberlynn's leftover broccoli. Thank you so much for the super chat. She's playing with it. She's doing something.
For her to admit to, but the fact is, who you are in active addiction is not your true self, and I'm not making excuses for her.
Ooh, okay, bottom line. Did you hear that? Bottom line, the truth of the matter, what we all need to understand is ... who you are in active addiction is not who you are when you're sober. A very true statement to make. But she feels the need to immediately follow this up with, I'm not making excuses for her. I'm not going to bat for her. I'm not trying to be in her corner or anything. But I don't think that there's a but. I don't think that there's a but. If this happened while you were in some manic episode and everything, I mean, it still happened. This is kind of the thing that we talked about on Twitch last night. You know, if you want to throw your life away, if you want to go out and do all these horrible things and destroy yourself, that's your right. You know, if you want to do that, okay. But it becomes a problem when you involve other people or other things in your own destruction. So this is kind of what we're talking about. If you, it's the same thing. I mean, hey, if you know, alcoholics, like if you want to be a slave to the bottle, if you want to, drink yourself to death and everything, that's your prerogative. But as soon as you get behind a wheel, you made your problem someone else's problem. You made it society's problem collectively. That's not okay. Same thing here. You want to go out and, do all this stuff, like, okay, that's on you. But did that service animal, was that fair to that service animal? Absolutely not. I need the grandma to say something because it's another side for sure. And same birthday, same location, same mom. Yeah, if you guys watched Alex's video and everything, he does a very good job of outlining everything, and he made a similar point as what Mandy just said. So this is the same person with the same name, the same birthday, the same area of Oklahoma, with the same exact charge that occurred on the same day. It's a different person. Like, is this really the argument you're trying to make? Oh boy. Oh boy. The cat's damn meow. Thank you so much for gifting a subscription to Sugar in the Raw. Appreciate you doing that again.
She has changed so much. She is almost a decade sober, completely different person. But I'm not gonna sit here and justify the things that she's done. Neither me or my mom want to do that. But we want to make it very clear that if you're going to name off my mom's charges for a monetization gain on your behalf, at least get your facts straight and stop spreading rumors that aren't real. This is not something.
Okay. What did I get wrong? What facts are crooked here? What needs to be straight? Oh, Jordy, she's setting you up for real? She's not sitting, she's standing? Yeah, she said that she's not going to sit here, so she is standing. Is she baiting you? That's kind of the thing. It's like this is so hard to wrap your head around that a lot of people are thinking, is this trolling? I guarantee her mom pressured her to address it, or she felt guilty about her mom getting contacted over it. She's looking off to the side an awful lot. She does that. She doesn't explain anything as usual. Stupid clickbait title. Public records do not lie. Well, Jordy, be careful. She's trying to make you the second narc alert. She is basically calling you a liar by lying. I think her mom wanted to ignore it, but Amberlynn is seizing the moment to get traction. This is how she attacked Narc Alert. Well, this is a little bit different than Narc Alert, because with that, Amberlynn's accusation is that she kind of said that Narc Alert encouraged a call to action among the community. That she was encouraging people to reach out to her doctor at the time. We can show receipts. She can't. Amberlynn is milking the F out of this. It's just very peculiar. It's very peculiar for her to come on here and flat out say, nope, never happened. Absolutely not. You have your facts wrong. This is not the case. Blah, blah, blah. You're wrong. When it's so clear as day that this is very easily able to look at information. Neil, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. Maddie, thank you so much for the super sticker. Appreciate that, Maddie. She lied about Rain and Petal's eavesdrop.
That I will be speaking about. It's not something that I'm gonna come back on here, clarify this, clarify that, because I think it's bullshit that I even have to do this to begin with. My mom showed her.
Well, you don't have to do anything, Amber. That's kind of the story of your life. You don't have to do anything, so you just don't.
Her face for a second. And this is the way that that reaction channel is gonna behave. It's not a good look. I just
behave. I mean, lying about something this serious isn't a good look either. It's tacky. It's tacky. Smug Lynn. She could have come up with a better lie than it's clearly someone with the same name. That's a good point. I mean, she didn't necessarily deny that the rumor is completely unfounded. And what I mean by that is she, in a way, is acknowledging that what people are finding on the internet and talking about exists and happened. So whatever was found on the internet, and I'm sure if, y'all have looked, you have seen this by now. It's happened. It just didn't happen to her mom. That was somebody else. Okay. She's being fake mad, in my opinion. She's made a lot of money off of her trauma and childhood here on YouTube. All you did was talk about public records. Make it make sense. The sunglasses indoors is pretty tacky. Well, she just got in. She was out having a whole day doing stuff. And then she just got home, didn't have time to take her sunglasses off because she just needed to address this right now. So that's why they're there, y'all. Wasn't there a mugshot? I believe there was. I learned the mom tea before you're live. Already out there. This is something that people have been talking about in the community for years. Years. About the whole service animal thing. Mad Hatter, appreciate the bits. Thank you, thank you. The End. I really appreciate your super chat. Thank you. Jordy, I saw a video on Reddit where she used her mom's condition as clickbait and then trashes her for focusing on sobriety and not calling Amberlynn. There has been a lot of discourse, a lot of drama, a lot of sticky situations that Amberlynn has brought to... Whoa. That Amberlynn has brought to the forefront of YouTube over the years. But in true Amberlynn fashion, as soon as anyone else talks about it or has something to say about it, it's an issue. Why are you monetizing this? I'm allowed to monetize it. It's my mom. If I want to monetize all of the problems that I've had with her and all of the criminal activity and everything, that's my prerogative. I'm allowed to do that. It's my mom. But for you to do it, it's tacky. It's tacky. It's all public record. Anyone's allowed to see it. And, like... I don't know. It's just like kind of on top of that. It's public record. Yeah. But this isn't even something that was on public record that I brought to the table for everyone to look at. This has already been on the table for years now. What year did this charge happen? The specific charge that we're talking about with the service animal was 2010. She should have never mentioned her parents. And that's also another interesting point in all of this. There were people talking about it when Amberlynn showed her mom on the screen. I talked about it on my Saturday afternoon live stream. There were people on Twitter talking about it. There were people on, some of the forums talking about it and everything. But as is with anything in the Amberverse, it could die down. Just don't address it. Just don't talk about it. People will find some new tea or new gossip to talk about in 48 hours from now, and they will forget all about this. This is kind of the stance that Amberlynn has taken on this whole service animal thing for a very long time now. But, now that she has brought it to the forefront, every reaction channel's talking about it. Everyone in the community knows about it. So if her goal here was for this to die down and kind of keep this on the DL, she's done the opposite. How else was she going to get sympathy? I think that Amberlynn really thought that this was an opportunity for her to capitalize on the whole my mom is a changed woman and maybe appealing to pulling on the heartstrings of the community and saying, you guys need to let people grow. You need to stop digging up old shit and throwing it in their face. That's not what really happened, though, because this video made everything 10 times more messy. If you're not going to address what people are bringing up and talking about, and you're just going to come on here and say, that didn't happen, that's a lie, why even say that at all? Why even say it at all, then? She doesn't want it on the DL. She wants to be a victim. And I have also seen that other people have been saying that maybe this is a ploy or a tactic to distract from Valentine. You know? She was looking for dollars by stirring drama. Another thing on top of this, YouTube payday was 2 days ago. This episode went up yesterday. Maybe Amberlynn got her March paycheck on the 21st. Kind of realized, this is pretty dismal. I want an extra 0 on my next paycheck. So let me amp it up a little bit. Valentine finally found her out. That's the real reason she's mad. No girlfriend wants to be around these kind of people. Oh. Valentine dipped. You think Cupid took back his arrow? Cornbread. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate that, Cornbread. I enjoy eating you. Chazzy Life. I appreciate you resubscribing for a second month. Welcome back. Welcome back, Chazzy. Jordy, did you go through all of the assault charges? If you go back and watch my stream from Saturday, it wasn't very detailed. I didn't go through it and read all of the statutes word for word. I mean, I said like the basic charges for things that went on in the early 2000s, and then we talked about the service animal thing. But in terms of everything that I said, I mean, Amberlynn has never addressed the service animal thing on stream, but everything else that I brought up Saturday afternoon, she's talked about that and then some on her channel. So, Jordy, where's the pretzel co-host? Kind of over there doing pretzel things. Bestie for the Resty 2008. Thank you so much for the super chat. Stopping in during work to play with it. I can't wait to replay. Hope you enjoy the stream, Bestie. Thank you so much for that.
Showed her face for a second. And this is the way that reaction channel is going to behave. It's not a good look. I just wish people would get to know the woman that she is now and not go off of, oh, she did this 20 years ago. Oh, she did this 15 years ago and she might have done that. Like, no. I just think overall, what my mom did 15 years ago, 20 years ago doesn't need to be talked about. Like, why does it matter? People literally live lifetimes. If you guys would have known my mom 15 years ago versus the woman she is now, you wouldn't even recognize the two. It's two completely different people. But regardless, the service animal thing did not happen. That was not my mother. And I just feel the need to stick up for her because I see how this has hurt her. The fact that people would think that she would do something like that, she wouldn't even do that in her active addiction. I think reaction channels...
Ooh. She wouldn't even do that in her active addiction. That's a pretty confident stance to take. How would you know how people would act when they are not of right mind? People do things that they would never do if they weren't in that state of mind. How can you say that? How can you stand there confidently and say that no one would do something like this, even if they were under the influence? How can you gauge what someone would do in that scenario? You can't. You can't. Does she live with the mom now? No, Amberlynn lives by herself in an apartment. What a statement. What a statement indeed.
To stop being tacky, and they need to react to what I'm saying and what I'm showing currently. Instead, people constantly try.
I did react to what you're showing currently. You showed your mom on the screen. I reacted to it. Does she live in Oklahoma? Yes. Maybe she didn't unalive the dog, but she did do something, or else she wouldn't have had that charge. And that's the way that this was very carefully worded. My mom has never done that specific thing of unaliving and then been sentenced for 5 years. Did she do something else? Maybe. But that, she didn't do that. No. I'm a YouTubie. Thank you so much for resubscribing. Welcome back for your 3rd month. Hello, hello. She looks like a damn fool. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. It will. But who knows? This could peter off. She could not ever talk about this again. We don't know. She got all of the subreddits nuked. Very, very convenient timing for all of the subreddits to get taken down when all of this just happened. Very convenient.
Try to drum up some stuff from histories ago. It's just like, really? Is that what you have and what you're trying to do? I just think it's really pathetic, because let's switch roles real quick. Imagine if that was happening to you and your mother.
Hey guys, so it's been a little bit.
Okay. Do you know how many times I've brought my mom to the internet? You know how many times I've made content out of my mom? Yeah. So, I think it would be shitty if someone came on the internet and did a lot of digging and talked about things and brought things up that didn't, were never brought to the internet to begin with. But that's not the case here. That's completely different. So to play devil's advocate with me and saying, how would you feel if you were me? If I were you, I wouldn't be talking about my mom on the internet. If all of this was, if there were web pages talking about my mom and her criminal history and all that, do you think that I would be showing her on my channel at Bingo and opening that door up, knowing that I'm the focal point of a drama community on YouTube? I don't think that that's a fair game of devil's advocate to play with me. No one likes having their mom talked about. No one, enjoys having people that they love disparaged or put down or everything like that. But I don't think that that's kind of what we're talking about here. Does she not understand she brought this on herself? It's like that meme where that person is riding that bicycle and then they stick something in their front wheel and it jams the tire and they fall over and break their arm. And they say, it was something else's fault. Oh, I've never heard that, Fox. It was Becky's fault. It was Becky's fault. Twig. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. She states things with such desperation and intensity, wanting so badly to be believed, to escape the ghost of her deceitful past. Anyways, I love you. Very well worded, Twig. I like that. Thank you. Lori! Holy moly. Thank you so much for the very, very, very generous super chat. That doesn't... Oh my gosh. You are way too kind to me, Lori. Specifically because you said... Because... Oh, sorry. Specifically because you said you should not monetize. Here's some monetization. Oh, boy. If you want to monetize this, I think that it's tacky and pathetic and disgusting. Well, thank you so much for the monetization, Lori. I appreciate that. She sounds... Well, Mama, the video is monetized. So, berating me for monetizing a video in a monetized video? Okay.
Since I filmed that last clip. And I had to journal afterwards because it put me in a very weird head.
This part of the video kills me. Oh my god. I had to journal after that. After I popped off in the kitchen, I had to go journal. It's like after two people have sex and it's like they have cigarettes to like kind of unwind from it. I had to go journal after that. Ooh. You know, like somebody go to like blow off steam or whatever. I had to go journal. Whew.
Headspace. I really love to journal, like where I just let my like thoughts just fall, even if they make no sense, like a stream of consciousness, if you will. And I started journaling about the aspect of like drug addicts becoming sober and them just like looking back at the things that they've done to themselves, to the people around them, their family, while they were actively in their addiction. And it's like getting sober and not taking accountability is one thing, but getting sober and taking accountability and every day working towards a better you, like that means something. That's power.
This is Amberlynn's attempt here to tug on the heartstrings of the community. She is trying to reach the audience out there that would have empathy for someone who is trying to change their life around. Unfortunately, with this, it doesn't apply to what we're talking about. I think that Amberlynn is making very good points about people who put in the effort and put in the work and overcome something as difficult as addiction. I think that it's a very powerful topic and it can get a lot of people emotional, but you can't manipulate people into feeling a certain way and then be like, okay, well now you're on my side.
Powerful, because I know how hard it was for my mom. I know how hard it was. And the fact that she was able to do that and that so many other people are also capable of doing the same thing and improving their life. And there's so many people who are currently drug addicts who haven't changed their lives yet, but they will. I don't like the thought of people not being able to move on from like their past self when they were
well, this is the whole concept of some things being unforgivable. For me, personally, that charge that we talked about specifically, that's unforgivable. You can go get sober, you can start going to church, you can change your life around, but something was affected. In some scenarios like this, some people lose their life. Are they just allowed to move on from that? I used the word unforgivable for a reason. And that's kind of my point about this. Yeah. Your mom could definitely move on from, dealing with certain substances and doing this and doing that and everything. But there are different degrees of wrongdoing. So I don't know if it's fair for you to get upset with people who don't agree with you or aren't on your side when they just want to look past someone doing something. I don't care that it was 14 years ago. Why did she unbutton her dress to give this speech? Did she? No, she looked the same earlier too. I'm on the grandma's side. Amber cries, Jordy's stone face. Ever since I've been young, I have always been someone that is very... I'm not the type of person that because you're crying, I'm going to give you more validity to your argument. I've been even as like a kid, like just because you're crying, that doesn't mean that you then get to be right or you get your way. Because I think that people use emotions in a very manipulating way, and crying, it makes someone look vulnerable. You want to go over, you want to console them, you want to make them feel better. And people know that. So it's like, if I can cry and I can make myself look vulnerable right now, well, then maybe I can get what I want. So Jordy is as cold as ice. That's just how I've always viewed crying. Sometimes it's warranted. Sometimes emotions are overwhelming and everything. But I think that crying can be very manipulative, and I'm just not here for it. Super Chunk, thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. I'm not going to do that, but yeah, it has definitely occurred in other parts of the internet. We've become desensitized to this girl crying every time she uses it all the time. Yeah, I mean, the whole boy who cried wolf. Is this just a different iteration of the boy who cried wolf? Has this just become a folk tale of the girl who cried apple? She got those 2 bags of chips, but she wanted that apple. She did. She ordered it. The girl who cried apple. Oh boy. The cat's damn meow. Appreciate the bits. Thank you.
And their active addiction. I don't like that people are throwing this in my mom's face, throwing her charges in her face. I'm just talking about the ones that are real. I'm not talking about the service animal, because that never happened. Like, how are addicts able to move on with their life? You can't just keep throwing things in their faces. I don't want anyone to come across my video, or just like people in general, like talking down about drug addicts. Like, it's just a topic to me that's like hard, and I just can't.
See, this is what I have a problem with. My commentary from the Saturday live stream is now being equated to me talking down to drug addicts. How do you get to that conclusion? But she's trying. She's definitely trying. She is definitely weaving and slithering around very carefully. Very carefully. Let me tug on your heartstrings. Let me get you on my side. And now it's time to strike and make Jordy look like the insensitive asshole that he really is. He's talking down to drug addicts. That's a pretty awful thing to do. Jordy, you have to forgive her mom now. The animal charges weren't real. She's left me no choice. Y'all got the wrong Mama Lynn. Y'all got the wrong Mama Lynn. She's red from anger at Jordy. Literally none of this is about drugs. A lot of this video has been about drugs and foster care and addiction. That's not really like the point, but you know, it's a kind of a recurring theme here in Girl World to not address the point. She's got that buzzball flush. You think maybe a buzzball or two occurred in between this scene and the other scene? These are just all ploys for sympathy. Sometimes people can't move on from their past actions. Actions have consequences. Have we not learned this yet? Recovery is not a pass. She's playing with fire, denying the animal charge. It's a very interesting stance for her to make, because normally Amberlynn's very careful about her words. She doesn't usually say one way or the other, so that if she needs to come back later and clarify, she can just say, oh, well, that's not what I meant. So, I mean, I guess that she did leave herself an out in this video by saying, well, that specific thing of the whole unaliving plus getting 5 years, that never happened. You know, so I guess maybe if, you know, more information ever does surface and she does come back and talk about this, she could, you know, have her back covered in a sense by saying, well, I said that that didn't happen. I didn't say that this didn't happen. Oh boy. Amber's leftover broccoli. Thank you so much for the super chat. I thought Amberlynn didn't watch reaction channels. Oh, Amberlynn doesn't watch reaction channels. Someone DM'd her on Instagram about this, and that's how she heard about it. Oh boy. She should have Googled this herself and came up with a better lie. I just don't know, like, it's something that's so clear as day. It's like, you know, if I were to be holding my phone right now, I'd be saying, I am holding my phone. It's like, no, you're not. You are not holding your phone. Yes, I am. Look, I have it right here. It's in my hand. No, it's not. No, it's not. That never happened. It's not happening. Oh, boy. Liam Stacia, thank you so much for subscribing with Prime. Welcome, welcome. Also, Rox. Thank you so much for becoming a member on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, Rox. Oh, Mandy, you're bad. It was in her Q&A. What was in her Q&A? Has she done a... Did she do a Q&A? Has there been... I don't know. I mean, I haven't looked at Instagram today. Is there any new information regarding this? Like, has she... Hi, I'm Bambi. No, she hasn't done a Q&A today. Why is the pop socket so far over? I don't know. I've always done it like that, I guess. Sorry.
Stand by that. Being a drug addict is a disease, and you do need a lot of help. And after everything my mom's gone through to better herself, and for people to just like do this to her, it kind of like breaks my heart. And it breaks my heart for other people as well. Thankfully,
So your mom's the victim now? For people to do this to her. What exactly was done to her, Amber? I talked about things that you've talked about on your channel for years. What was done to your mom? How is she the victim now? How did we get to this? People are doing this to her? Doing what to her? I mean, unless she's maybe referring to people DMing her mom. The accusations. How dare people make accusations about public information? MLC 26. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, look, the poster child for change is lecturing us about change. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Thank you so much, MLC.
able to separate who my mom is now versus who she was. It took some time, trust me. And I just hope that like all addicts get that opportunity to change, better themselves, and move on after taking accountability for what they've done. And I hope anyone struggling.
Oh my god, this is so gone off the rails. This is completely not what we are talking about whatsoever. Like, how did this whole video become about addiction and people like turning their life around and sobriety and like, girl, we're talking about a charge that happened in 2010 with a service animal. I don't know. I don't know. Do you think she has any idea those glasses are still up there? Oh yeah, I just realized that. Oh my god, she still has these sunglasses on her head. What the hell? So, earlier, when she popped off in the kitchen and she was all mad, the sunglasses were on her head. And then she said after this, she had to take her journal break. She had to wind down a little bit. She needed to blow off some steam and do some journaling. And now here we are again with the sunglasses. Yeah, do you think she just kind of forgot about them? I don't know. Maybe they're a part of her outfit. Is this a new trend? Like, I was kind of giving her the benefit of the doubt earlier when she was in the kitchen. It's like, oh, maybe she just got home and she still had them on her head. But this is like later on in the day. Like, to keep your sunglasses on your head for hours like that? I don't know. Angrily journaling about with sunglasses on her head. Sunglasses headband. Oh, you think it could like be functioning as a headband? Huh, never thought of that. Like they're there to keep her hair parted like this. I could see that. Okay. It may be part of the fit. It keeps her Yorkie hair up. Okay. Amberlynn has been giving Yorkshire Terrier lately. She has been. It's an interesting look. Oh my god, Justin. Amy Drury, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Do you think that Amber receives any super chats from fans? I'm assuming even the Am babies have got to be sick of it by now. Well, in order to receive super chats, you have to go live. She does not do live streams. I will say, summer of 2021, when she and Becky were breaking up, or, you know, like post-breakup and everything, and she had just started talking to Wifey, whew, you go back and you take a look at a live stream that Amberlynn did. I mean, well, first of all, you weren't even allowed to talk in the chat unless you were a member. So unless you were paying Amberlynn $7.99 a month, you weren't talking to her. You weren't allowed to say anything in the chat. And then on top of that, the people who were paying and allowed to talk in her chat, she wasn't acknowledging them. You had to send in a super chat. But those days are long gone. Those days are long gone. But to answer your question, I guess, if Amberlynn were to receive a tip from anyone, it would be called it's what's called a super thanks. So, like, if you upload a video to YouTube and then someone leaves you a super thanks, that's like a super chat, but in the form of a comment. So, under any of her videos, you guys would be able to see if someone else sent her a super thanks, which I don't know if you look at the comments of her videos, but I don't think I've seen any of those anytime recently. Hi, Strawberry Cosmos. This freeze frame is so melodramatic. I know, maybe this could be Taylor's next album cover. When she and Travis break up, maybe it could just be this. You know? Beck was appreciative compared to Amberlynn. She was. And most of those super chats were meant for Becky. People were sending those in to talk to Becky because Becky was the one engaging in those live streams. She was the one talking to people. Amberlynn was just kind of sitting there playing on her phone. Yeah, we will another day, Samuel.
This is just hard. Because, like, my dad is still an active addict. And it's like, you guys know my brother. Like, I don't want to go into detail, but, like, it's still in my family and it's still close to me and it's hard. And more than anything, I just hate that this happened and that
what happened? People talked about something that's been talked about on the internet for years now that you haven't addressed or clarified? What do you hate that has happened? I mean, you want to talk about coming clean and operating life with a clean slate and everything. I mean, maybe this is your opportunity. I just hate that this has happened. You just hate that people are talking about something that you don't want people to talk about? Is that what you're saying? I don't get it. What do you hate that happened? She's revealing even more about her family. Didn't she tell us, like, in the past year, like, more information about her brother? Like, in one of the videos she put up, like, was talking about, like, how the brother was arrested or something. I mean, like, seriously, like, within the last year. I don't know. But someone did say earlier that Apathetic Facts put up a video of over 30 minutes of combined footage of Amberlynn talking about her family and monetizing it. So Funny 37, I really appreciate your super chat. Thank you. Jordy, I had to get a mammogram yesterday. They need to invent something that doesn't smash the girls. Reinvent the wheel or something. That's actually so weird that you bring that up because I was talking to someone recently that had to get a mammogram, someone who previously had breast cancer. And this specific person was telling me about like the procedure for getting a mammogram and getting an MRI. And like, you quite literally have to lean over and put your breasts into like a tube. I was just like, whoa, that sounds involved. I've never heard of that. But regardless, I hope you get good results. So funny, 37.
This reaction channel got a laugh out of it. I think it's really sad. But
A laugh out of it? I hope this reaction channel got a laugh out of it. This is the same thing about what she said earlier. Jordy's talking down to people that have struggled with addiction. Jordy's getting a laugh out of this. Who's laughing? When did we laugh? This is just so par for the course with Amberlynn. Talking about things that are completely irrelevant, trying to make someone else out to be the bad guy, and then pointing the finger and saying, you know, he's a dickhead. Oh, boy. If you go back and watch that live stream, it wasn't a very lighthearted discussion that we had. We weren't laughing. I mean, you know, y'all know me. I'm sarcastic as hell. I make a lot of jokes and everything. But when we were talking about that, and specifically to the charges with the animals and everything, I wasn't snickering. I wasn't putting my hand over my face and saying like, oh my gosh, she attacked an animal. Like, none of that ever happened. So obviously this putting Amber and her mom on the spot for what has been talked about in the community for years now struck a nerve. And she was just fine talking about Destiny's brother for having a problem. Yeah, where was all of this emotion and where was all of this consideration last summer for Destiny's brother when you came on here and said, I have tea on him, he's a cokehead? Where was all of the emotion? Where was all of the wonderful motivational words about people getting over their problems and becoming better versions of themselves? Where was this Amberlynn last summer? But because it was about Destiny's brother, we're going to trash him. Okay. Amber Nicole, I really appreciate your super chat. Thank you so much, Amber. If she didn't want her past being brought up, then she should have thought of that before committing those crimes. And I mean, obviously, as Amberlynn told us earlier, she has no problem addressing her past. She's not proud of it, but she's not the type of person that would deny it or say that it just never happened. But kind of what we're seeing here and what has been discussed online is, I don't know. Maybe she isn't that person that is all that forthcoming. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, Destiny's brother being an addict was tea. I have tea on your brother. Oh, and then a few months prior to that, if y'all remember when Amberlynn used to do a lot of her Q&As on Instagram and everything, someone sent in a chat one time and they said, Amber, I want you to spill tea on 3 people without naming names. And one of the 3 examples that Amberlynn provided for tea on 3 people that she was going to leave unnamed is that someone couldn't afford food. Someone was having issues with food insecurity. That was tea too. Okay. I don't know, like, what constitutes tea to this woman? Tacky? Yeah, I mean, that's kind of tacky. I agree. That's a good word to describe it. Tacky.
I'm not gonna let this get me down, and it better not get my mom down because she has worked way too hard to feel bad about herself. I'm sorry that this vlog took this turn, but right now this is reality. But I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
She claims she didn't know they were on live. Biggest crock of crap. I didn't know we were on live. Oh boy. So now it's Jordy's fault if her mom relapsed. I didn't even think of that. That was a very specific thing to say there at the end. Let's listen to that one more time. I'm not going to let this get me down, and this better not get my mom down. That was a good catch.
Just get me down, and it better not get my mom down because she has worked way too hard to feel bad about herself. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like, what is she implying here? This better not get my mom down. So, me talking about public information or asking her to address a very egregious thing is me making her feel bad to the extent that she could potentially begin to have the same problems again. Is she threatening you? I didn't perceive it as a threat personally, but I think it was more so, you could be at fault here. You could be the reason why. In this video, she was manipulative. This whole video is very manipulative. Very manipulative. Alexandria, thank you so much for the super chat. Sorry, Alexandra. No I there at the end. I apologize. Thank you, Alexandra. Oh boy. She wants someone to blame. Always. That's kind of Amberlynn's thing. It's always someone else's fault. Oh boy, y'all. This one was a trip. So Amberlynn has said in this video that she has no interest in coming back or clarifying anything in the future. We are not sure if that will hold up or not. But as it is today, I mean, it's still public information. It's still on the table. People still have questions. You know? Nothing's been clarified. So I just feel like as long as this is still kept in the dark, people are just going to assume that what they see online, where a charge is written and your mom's name is attached to it and there's a guilty plea, people are just going to think, yes, well, look at it. The court doesn't lie. But I also think, regardless of what she comes in and, you know, clarifies, or, you know, say she did a whole tell-all of the story and what really happened. I mean, Amberlynn lies about everything. So it would be hard, even if she did come on here and tell us the real story about what happened. More lies equal more questions. Zachary Michael said that she should have had a therapist for a moment like this. Good point. I think that she wants people to dig more. It gives her more video content. I don't plan on going to Boston until sometime this summer, Chazzy. She cries, but no tears come out. No tears left to cry. Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you, Ern. Oh, boy. This was a wild one, y'all. Davey Thomas, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that. I don't care what that woman did to a dog. She abandoned her own children. That's the worst. Oh, I care what she did to a dog. This would have been better for a therapy session. But a therapy session is something that she has to pay for. A YouTube video is something she gets paid for. You know? Oh, thank you, Jordy. All right, y'all. Well, I think that is going to be it for this evening. We have covered Amberlynn's most recent update. I have provided my response to it. Whether or not she will be addressing this in the future is anyone's guess. We don't know where we'll really go from here. It's still very much so up in the air. Pretty much every reaction channel has covered this in the last day. A lot of people are just kind of on the edge of their seat, wondering, Amberlynn, if it was truly someone else, or if this truly didn't happen, why is that there? And I mean, now that Amberlynn has brought this to the forefront of her channel, it's on everybody's mind. You know, where something that could have been a topic in my Saturday afternoon live stream that we talked about for a half hour, now every reaction channel is talking about it. Every person in the community is aware of it. So I don't know, y'all. We will have to see. PK, thanks for the bits. All right, y'all. Well, I shall see you soon. I would like to do I have a whole lot I need to do an Alicia stream. We need to do the grocery haul for the week. Foodie Booty has put up some more stuff. We got to catch up with her. I also have a Eugenia stream. Those don't happen too often anymore. That I want to cover. So we are going to be continuing every day here. So I know that I haven't been around the past 2 days and everything. I kind of just feel like shit. I don't know what it was. Seriously. I came live Saturday and everything with a sore throat. And then Sunday I got a little bit worse. Yesterday I felt like shit. But I think I'm on the mend. I do. I don't know. I'm still very congested, but we'll see. But regardless, we will be back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day. Maybe not all those days. Maybe one day off in all of those, but you know, I'm not going to miss an opportunity to miss out on a SpongeBob reference. All right, y'all. I appreciate you all participating. Thank you so much for all the super chatters, all of the members, all of the gifters, all of the bit senders. You all are too kind. As well as everyone who was participating in the chat and partaking in the discussion. Thank you so much. I will see all of you soon. Oh, Hannah, thank you so much for that last super chat. That was really kind of you. Really appreciate that, oh, Hannah.